The NFL draft season has finally arrived, and as we approach the 2025 draft, I wanted to share my most recent prediction for the team's selections. This is my perspective on the team, especially with regard to the first 4 rounds. I believe this is when the team can really land exceptional talent to develop for the future. So let's take a look at the players I believe are the main targets. Feel free to leave a comment about your favorite draft prospect below. However, one of the most pressing questions on my mind is whether the team should consider trading their pick if both Abdul Carter and Travis Hunter are off the board. Personally, I can see Travis Hunter potentially joining the Cleveland Browns, and Abdul Carter may or may not be available for the New York Giants depending on their decision to add Shador Sanders to their roster. I'm excited to hear your thoughts on this. You can simply type Y for yes or N for no in the comments below. As you know, the team holds the 4th overall pick in the first round. We will also be going live to cover this selection, so make sure to follow us for all the updates. Here's a detailed look at all the potential new players who might be joining the team. If you want to take a screenshot, feel free to do so, as it might come in handy tomorrow. In the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th rounds, along with 2 picks in the 5th round and 2 in the 7th, there's plenty of room to improve the team's depth. Unfortunately, this year, we don't have a pick in the 6th round because we traded one of our 7th round selections in a deal involving Joe Milton with Dallas. However, we did manage to secure a pick in the 5th round as part of the trade. I'm hoping that these selections will significantly improve the team's depth, especially in the 5th round. I'm looking for a running back, potentially a safety, or even a quarterback. We may also consider strengthening the defense or offensive line in the later rounds as we progress. However, as a bit of a surprise, my top pick for the team in this draft is Will Campbell. I'm convinced he's the best choice for the team. In fact, I believe he's almost guaranteed to be selected with the 4th pick. We've talked a lot about whether Carter might be available or if Hunter will be an alternative, but I'm just not sure. What I do know is that recent reports indicate that the team is heavily focused on Will Campbell. It seems that selecting him with the 4th pick is almost a certainty. He is a player who perfectly fits the current coaching staff's style. Right now, there's no left tackle on the roster who can perform at a high level, as the current player in that position just isn't getting the job done. That's why I'm confident Will Campbell will be joining the team. Multiple sources have suggested that the team has a strong interest in Campbell, and he himself is eager to join the team. He's previously mentioned that the organization has an excellent coaching staff, and he had the chance to talk to them extensively. He's excited about any opportunity that may come his way, whether with the Patriots or another team. He doesn't have anything confirmed yet, as the team holds more information than he does. He's just waiting for Thursday night to see how things unfold. We know that Will Campbell visited the team, and that visit went incredibly well. It's likely that this visit sealed the deal for him to be the 4th pick overall. I'm fully comfortable with the idea of Campbell taking over the left tackle position. While he primarily plays guard, we know that the top offensive lineman in this draft is Armand Mabo, who plays right tackle. So I don't see any other left tackle who could be a better fit for the team than Will Campbell, who has the versatility to play both outside and inside. So get ready for Will Campbell to join the team. And if the team goes with an offensive lineman in the 1st round, a wide receiver should be the priority in the 2nd round. My pick would be Luther Burden, a wide receiver from Missouri. I consider him to be one of the top talents in this draft, on par with players like Stephon Diggs. His addition to the backfield could provide a significant boost. I believe Burden will quickly become the team's 2nd wide receiver, with Diggs as the primary option, and Dario Douglas could operate in the slot. This would create an intriguing competition for the 3rd wide receiver spot between Bourne, Polk, and Baker. It's true that Burden had 676 receiving yards last season, and while his stats might not jump off the page, his consistency in receptions and targets is something of value. I'm convinced that he will become a reliable support player for Drake May. Pairing a speedy wide receiver like Burden with a solid reception radius next to Stephon Diggs would dramatically expand the playbook for a coach like Josh McDaniels. Furthermore, it's essential to provide Drake May with a young wide receiver. We tried that with Polk and Baker last season, but it didn't work out as expected. That's why I see Luther Burden as the ideal option to secure the 2nd wide receiver spot in New England. That being said, there are many wide receivers who could still be available when the Patriots make their pick at 38th overall. So what other options should be considered for this position in the second round? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. There are several other players who could be relevant, such as Trey Harris, for instance. Moving on, I would pick Jalen Null in the third round at 69th overall. I expect that Jalen Null will still be available at this point. I firmly believe strengthening the wide receiver position is crucial. It's important to provide Drake May not just with Stephon Diggs, but several alternatives. With Diggs coming back from injury, this would relieve some of the pressure on him to remain the team's #1 receiver. Null's yardage is impressive, surpassing 1,100 receiving yards. His yards per reception average is also noteworthy, reaching 15 yards per catch. To put that into perspective, Austin Hooper posted an average of 11 yards per reception and was the 4th most productive wide receiver. I believe Null would be a valuable complement to a talent like Luther Burden. If you can add another strong wide receiver like Null, it will undoubtedly help resolve the issues the Patriots have faced in selecting players for this position. Last year, Jalen Polk was brought in with the expectation that he would become the primary wide receiver, but he didn't live up to expectations. Later on, the team selected Baker, and he also failed to deliver the performance expected. I have full confidence that Null and Burden would adjust well to the NFL level. The prospect of having 2 solid wide receivers by the third round is very appealing. Moreover, there are still plenty of opportunities to strengthen the depth of the team. It's equally important to bolster the defense and offensive line, with the possibility of selecting a running back. With the extra pick in the third round from the trade involving Matthew Judon to Atlanta, it would make sense to use it on a position that has a significant gap in talent. Furthermore, we know that Null visited the Patriots, which indicates that the coaching staff has a positive view of him. The only question is whether he will still be available at the 69th pick. Next, I would select a running back in the third round. I believe RJ Harvey is a perfect fit for the Patriots' needs. They're looking to add more speed to the backfield. With the more powerful running backs already on the roster, it's now crucial to bring in a player who offers speed and excels in yards after contact. RJ Harvey has 20 receptions for 267 receiving yards and over 1,600 rushing yards. Additionally, the team needs someone who can catch passes effectively. We know that a certain famous coach has always valued plays like jet sweeps and wheel routes, so they're searching for a running back who has solid hands, which Harvey certainly does. Of course, there is a competitive running back class in this draft, and if the team decides to select a running back in the 4th round, I wouldn't be disappointed with that decision either. However, I truly believe RJ Harvey could step in and take advantage of opportunities as a 3rd-string running back. As I mentioned before, he could be a great option for speed alongside other players who have no doubt spent more time behind the line of scrimmage than ahead of it. I'm excited to see the additional options the coach will have on the field. Let me ask you, which running back should be selected? Given that this is one of the deepest positions in terms of talent before the draft, I'd love to hear who you would like to see in the comments below. Now, let me also mention an app that could be useful for those who want to follow sports events later this year. If you want to watch games, this app is perfect for you. With it, you can guarantee the best prices and save up to 60% on last-minute tickets for sports events, comedies, or plays. Additionally, you can view the seat perspective through the app before making the purchase, which is quite helpful. So it's a great idea to download the app and check out the possibility of getting a discount on your first ticket purchase, with some conditions applying. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to Patriots Hub and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest updates on our New England Patriots. And don't be shy, share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. Tyreek Hill's dramatic exit from the Miami Dolphins sent shockwaves through the NFL world today as the star wide receiver agreed to terms with the New England Patriots. In a move that underscores Bill Belichick's intent to revive New England's aerial attack, Hill will don the silver and blue after an electrifying decade-plus run that saw him become one of football's most feared playmakers. Hill, known for his blistering speed and ability to turn short passes into explosive gains, leaves Miami after just one season. Last year, the four-time Pro Bowler posted 1,263 receiving yards and 8 touchdowns, helping the Dolphins clinch a playoff berth under head coach Mike McDaniel. Still, despite a promising year, salary cap constraints, and Miami's pursuit of balance on both sides of the ball prompted general manager Chris Greer to explore trade options, opening the door for New England's aggressive approach. Belichick wasted no time. Sources close to the Patriots front office revealed that New England offered a second-round pick in the upcoming draft, plus a conditional third-rounder to secure Hill's services. The Dolphins, facing looming fiscal deadlines, accepted the proposal. Hill, who turns 30 in March, reportedly inked a 3-year deal worth up to $75 million with $45 million guaranteed. A staggering sum, but one that the Patriots believe is justified by his game-changing potential. In Foxborough, Hill reunites with offensive coordinator Bill O'Brien, with whom he briefly crossed paths during his early days in Miami's off-season program. Patriots quarterback Mac Jones, under fire last season for inconsistent performances, now stands to benefit from Hill's deep threat prowess. Belichick envisions a rejuvenated passing game, pairing Hill alongside Kendrick Bourne and Juju Smith-Schuster, while New England's ground attack remains anchored by Damian Harris. Patriots fans embrace the news with fervor, flooding social media with highlights of Hill's finest moments. From his electrifying 91-yard touchdown against the Packers in 2020 to his unforgettable game-winning catch in the 2022 AFC Divisional Round, pundits immediately began drawing comparisons to Randy Moss's 2007 arrival, speculating that Hill's addition could restore New England to Super Bowl contention. Across the AFC East, reaction was equally charged. Bills coach Sean McDermott acknowledged that Buffalo's secondary faces its biggest test yet, while Jets general manager Joe Douglas lamented missed opportunities in both the draft and free agency. Meanwhile, in Miami, interim head coach Anthony Lynn vowed to rebound. "We'll find playmakers. We'll adjust our roster and keep pushing forward." Ultimately, Hill's defection to the Patriots represents more than a blockbuster trade. It signals a shift in the balance of power in the AFC East. New England, long on tradition but mired in recent mediocrity, has suddenly reclaimed center stage. As the new season approaches, eyes will turn to Gillette Stadium, where a once struggling passing offense may soon become the league's most feared. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our New England Patriots, be sure to subscribe to Patriots Hub and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.